torch and I'm heating up a nail, 'cause I just got a lab pack up in the mail. I'm breaking off a chunk of that big old slab, but the music turned up, it's time to dab. Fire up a torch and I'm heating up the nail, 'cause I just got a lab pack up in the mail. I'm breaking off a chunk of that big old slab, but the music turned up, it's time to dab. Fire up a torch and I'm heating up the nail, 'cause I just got a lab pack up in the mail. I'm breaking...
All right, Stovetop Podcast. It's too early in the morning for this shit. But you know what? I'm super happy to have this new guest. I've been sitting here talking with her for a bit now. If you want to introduce yourself, we'll dive right into this.
So my name is Alexis Asali. Stage name is DNiAL. I'm an independent hip hop artist that's based in Red Deer, Alberta. Originally, I'm from a small town in St. Rose, Manitoba. You can find me on all streaming platforms, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, all of those, as well as all social media platforms. My main handle would be official_DNiAL on Instagram. On TikTok, it's DNiAL_official. You can find me on all Facebooks as well. I also have my own website, so you can find that in the link in the bio of all of my social medias as well.
You'll find all of her links and descriptions in the description of this video when it drops, as well as I'm sure that you'll probably see some visuals of them across the screen as well. So I guess getting right into it, like, how's your morning starting off? I mean, I know it's still a little bit early for some of us, but
I can't complain. I've been already up writing, editing videos, getting all my social media ready for the day. I kind of have like a routine that I do every single day. That way I'm committed to what I'm doing on my social media, and I post at least one video every day on all of my platforms, usually a reel format. So I was doing that today, working on some new music as well, and some new promotion for the album that I'm dropping October 1st. I've been working really hard on that. I actually just set up an early access release through an app called Even that helps independent artists make music and also make money. So it's a really good app as well.
That's interesting. And honestly, like, I've never had the grace to really be able to sit down with female artists over the podcast. I know I did one, but I lost the video, so it never actually got to surface to the public. So I definitely want to ask. It's a male dominant game out here, you know what I mean? And that's not a sexist thing or anything like that, but it's reality, right? It's a male dominant game out here. So I want to ask how it is for you being a female artist. Do you got to put in more work for these dudes to notice you? Like,
I think that you bringing that up is a great topic, because it is a male dominated industry, and I find it is a little bit difficult because I'm not your stereotypical expected girl as well. Like, I'm not really like, I don't present myself as feminine as most women as well. So I think that brings in a factor for me as a female artist, that a lot of people are driven just based off stereotypical looks and stuff. So the ultimate attraction naturally isn't there for people too. So I have to work a little bit harder because I'm not your average person. I've always been kind of a unique person. Even in high school, I wasn't like your liked person. I was kind of like standoffish in the sense that people didn't really want to hang out with me, and they always talked about me behind my back and all that kind of stuff. But now I kind of utilize that, and I take that and I use that in my music, and I've become this whole different person, like this confident and really emotional person on the stage. And I've used everything that I felt around me, and that struggle as well, feeling like maybe people don't see me as much, and I've turned it into something really beautiful. So at the end of the day, I think it's a struggle that I kind of like going through, because it makes me more unique in the sense that not a lot of people are taking the steps that I'm taking as well, or doing as much work that I am. And I think eventually down the line, I'm pretty new to the game. Like, obviously, I've been doing music since I was 14, but I only started taking music seriously when I was 18. And right around 2022, when I moved to Alberta, that's when everything kind of changed. Like in Manitoba, I found like the music scene wasn't really, it's more related to country or rock. So finding that rap scene, you have to be in the bigger cities. And that was the biggest struggle for me. And so when I came out here, everything kind of made more sense and everything got a little bit easier. I find that stereotype isn't as big here. You do at least find some female artists, which is nice. That was refreshing as well, because as a female artist, I think I've only worked with maybe 3 female artists tops. there's a big threat being a female artist and working with other female artists as well, because I feel like we're also in competition a little bit more with each other, if that makes sense. So I feel like I'm competing more with the women than I am the men.
You know, it was one thing like when I woke up this morning, like I'll be straight up honest. Like I mean I did a little bit of homework on you when I first reached out to you. I mean, behind the scenes, man, it may not look like I'm doing a whole lot, but behind the scenes, guys, I'm doing a fuck ton of shit, man. I'm doing fucking five, six things that, like I'm reaching out to artists. I'm trying to network. I'm trying to watch these artists' videos. But when I found you, I got like a little bit of like some Logic, a little bit of Eminem vibe, all mixed in with your own recipe of chemistry. You know what I mean?
I
When
think you found the right person too, because Logic and Eminem, like they're huge when it comes to male inspirations from me. Like Logic is one of, like, I actually just seen him live last year, and like it was so incredible. And like I was like watching him on stage and seeing what he does, and like just the way that these people present their stories, their lifestyle. That's what I like. I like the storytelling rap. I like people that have purpose in their music. That's what I want to do. And I'm definitely not, like the best rapper out there by any means. I'm growing and I'm learning and I'm changing. But that's what I love about music. It's like there's always room to be better, and there's always room to do great things and have a great story that people connect with. Like I've had people come up to me and say, "Hey, you know what? Your music made me cry while you were upstage." And that feeling, that's what I'm living for. I don't care about money. I don't care about anything. That's the passion that I want in my music.
100%, and that's the same with this. Like, since I brought this back, having artists giving me my flowers for what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm not racking in hundreds of views. I mean, we just brought this back a month ago. I think the traction's doing pretty well. The support from all the artists and everything like that has been fucking amazing. Um, I love what I do. I mean, like I guess I can say I'm a rapper. I don't really write anymore as much as I used to. And that's kind of why I wanted to get back into it, is because I miss being able to be involved in the music industry in a whole.
Yeah. Well, and what
Right?
you're doing here, like your platform, even in itself, like you're giving artists a voice that, a lot of artists don't even have that opportunity. Like for me, this is the first time I've ever been interviewed, and this is an incredible feeling. I'm so honored and blessed to be here and be able to, speak a little bit more in depth about what I do and why I do it. And like you giving people that opportunity, I think that's a really beautiful thing. Truly, what you're doing here is just awesome work.
Well, and I appreciate that. Like what I tell all the artists, honestly, is if I can earn you one more view, maybe another like, a follower, even a comment on your stuff, man, I feel like I did my job. You know what I mean? Even if I can bring the traffic to one more view, one more person, you know what I mean?
And the
Um,
bigger picture is, like a lot of people don't realize, like they'll be like, oh, 100 views, that's not a lot. Okay, but you put 100 people in a room, that's a lot of people. You put 500 people in a room, that's a lot of people. Like it's not always about the views, it's about who's viewing them too. You never know who's watching your stuff and who your demographic is and where that's going to go. And you never know what like celebrity is going to randomly stumble across your podcast or your music, or you just putting yourself out there in general. If you don't take the shot, what's the point, right?
well, exactly, and like I don't know, honestly, like instantly our interview, I feel like I've already known you for years. Like our chemistry throughout the conversation already is amazing. I like your energy as a person. You seem like a very bubbly and positive person, which is good to see, right? Um you don't seem to have your ego like right up to here, you know what I mean? You're a very wholesome person. um and I really respect that. Like, like I said, I did a little bit of research on you, and I watched a lot of your grind, and from what I understand, like, um how long have you been really doing the music thing for?
So I started, like, more than anything, like when I was 14, I used to like freestyle with my friends, rap and have fun, but I was mostly doing poetry in at that time frame because I was a big writer, and I always did good in school on any writing aspect. I did a lot of storytelling. I did speeches in school, so, and I was also like an actor. So I didn't really get heavily into the music around 16 to 18. Like 16, I was starting to kind of go from poetry and try and turn it to music because I always had a hard time trying to figure out how to write lyrics. I always covered songs and I tried to work on my voice all the time. So because originally I wanted to be a singer. I don't really have the voice for that. Like, I mean, I wasn't blessed for that, which, you know what, you live and learn. But I definitely, even in the 10 years that I've been practicing my voice, like I'm coming like a lot better, even just like with melodies and everything like that, and being able to hold a pitch and knowing your tone and when you're off key and all those kind of things. Sorry, my cat's being crazy.
Hey, if they want to be a guest, let them be a
Right? I was
special
gonna say
guest.
she's
I,
probably gonna meow in the background a little bit. She's an old lady and she's just very cranky. But
that's
yeah, no,
okay.
like so right around 16 is where I really I tried to start rapping, and it's hilarious. I can find videos back when I was like 16, and oh, I definitely wasn't good by any means then. I think I was just trying to follow trends and just writing the most generic, basic lyrics at that time. You could probably still find some of them on my SoundCloud because I tried not to delete all of them. I like seeing the progression in all my music and everything. And yeah, she's a very curious cat. And so right around 18, that's kind of like when I started seeing a progression where, okay, I can see a difference in my writing. I'm starting to get better. I think 2020 is, well, I went under a different rap name for the first bit too. And that's probably why it's a little bit hard to track. Because originally I just went under Lexi. It was just that because my name's Alexis. I went under Lexi for, I think about, it might have been a year and a half. And then I was like, that's so boring. Like, I don't know if I really want to keep that name. And so I've had like a list of names that I was going back and forth. And I think I picked DNiAL just for the simple fact, because like they're always like, I felt like people were always in denial of who I was and, you know, always trying to change me. I would growing up, I was always that person that had like I had weird outfits. I was wearing like colored hair. I cut my hair like all the time. Yeah, I listened to the music that everybody hated, and I was just that kid, right? So for me, I thought it was a very fitting name. So I switched my name, and I think that's when I started releasing around 2020 or 2021. All I do it. None of my friends at that point had figured out how to get all platforms. Well, I did the research. I figured out how to get on a distribution site. I figured out how to build the profiles. It took a while too because then I had to switch names. So I switched my profile from Lexi to DNiAL, but it didn't end up crossing over. So I actually made a whole new account if I'm not mistaken. So there was a lot of crossover there for a while. And at that point, I didn't even know how to mix or master anything. Like, oh, the sound quality is definitely not there. But I always just had that drive to just keep going. And so I just posted my music everywhere all the time, and I started telling my friends, so my friends would have, and I had some hits. Like when I started doing remixes, like I think I did an NF remix that had like over 1,000 views on SoundCloud and like over 1,000 on YouTube or something. I think I ended up taking it down due to copyright or something. But I just started just branching out, trying different vibes, and I was very monotone. So that was the hardest thing I struggled with for years, is trying to get the cadence in my voice and like my own sound and stop mimicking everybody's flows, because at one point I was just kind of doing the hubba da hubba da hubba da, like, you know, whatever works, right? You think it sounds good until you look back when you progress and you're like, oh my God, that's actually shit, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
why was I even putting that out? But at the same time, you look back and you're like, at least I can see that difference. That means I'm doing something right. And so that's kind of like what got the spark in me. And so for the last few years, like when I moved, like my fiance is the one that got me out in Alberta because she's originally from here. As soon as I came here, I was like applying for shows, and I got on a show. It was I think it was Mad Child with Robbie G, and it was by the Block Productions. So that's how I got introduced to my main crew, really. And yeah, I did that show. Nobody knew who the fuck I was. They were like, "Who's this chick?" Right? And yeah, like so I just kept kind of coming back. I did, I guess, good enough that I ended up getting a little bit of stature, and I started selling tickets, and eventually I just became, like kind of a part of the Blog Productions family, and I've gotten really close with everybody. I mean, they give me really, really tremendous opportunities all the time. The biggest shows, like I've opened up for names that I can't even like fathom. I mean, people like King ISO, like people like Classified, and I just opened up for Snack the Ripper, right? Like it's a dream to me, right? And I love putting in the work. I like a lot of people. You'll hear them complain about like selling tickets and stuff like that. I find that crazy to me. But I'm also a salesman in my personal life as well. Like I'm an automotive salesman, so I sell cars, right?
Okay.
So I'm driven to sell, I guess. So my business life also kind of thrives my music life because I learned so many techniques in the car business that I can apply to the music business. So I think that's also really helped me grow, and just being able to see the business aspect of music as opposed to just the music. A lot of people are missing the promotion and the marketing and the budgeting and really investing in yourself. Like, I mean, I've probably put it's a sick amount of money. I've probably put like thousands, like over 10,000 in the last 5 years into my music. Let's be real, something like that. And that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, that's what you have to do. You can't really expect to, oh, I'm just going to blow up and make money. No, it doesn't work like that. I mean, a lot of artists really think that's the way it goes, and it's like, no. Like, I hand make a lot of my merch. I have a website as well that I have merch in case people want to order like from further away and maybe they don't want to wait shipping, like, or they don't want, like the designs I have on hand. So I personally make merch for my shows, and then I also have a website that I run. And then I constantly do like ad promotions and like Google ads, and like constantly trying new ways to get just any way to for people to view me more than anything, so that they can see that I'm a little bit different. Like, I'm not just rapping about, I mean, sex, money, drugs, that kind of stuff. Like, I actually, most of my music promotes quite the opposite. You mostly hear me like diss drugs quite a bit, because that's where, like, I had a history where growing up, a lot of people in active addiction and watching people struggle with that, and, friends and family and lots of close friends that went through that. I stuck away from it. I had a couple battles with like maybe alcohol, but for the most part, I stuck away from the drugs for that reason. But I also experienced so much that it traumatized me in the sense, and I just learned from it, and I grew up a lot faster. And that maturity level, I think, plays into why I love music.
I mean, yeah, like 100%. I can really appreciate your grind with things. You know what I mean? You have a different outlook than a lot of artists have. And I mean, like when I was doing stage time and stuff like that, I didn't do the Snack the Rippers, the Prada West, all the big fucking shows and shit like that. We were doing underground shows ourselves. Um, but I do understand on 2 points of the side of artists complaining about doing like selling tickets and stuff. Because for an example, man, some of these dudes might not even have a fan base to go out and sell their 25 tickets that they need for the stage time. So now these dudes got to go and pull out $400 or $500 out of their pocket just to go and open up for Mercules. You know what I mean? Now, don't
You're
get me
so right.
wrong. Don't get me
You're so
wrong. You got to put your work in. You got to put all that work in. And I understand with the promoters, but at the same time, it's not up to the artist to bring in your money. That's what being a promoter is. You promote the event. You know what I mean? You
Hey,
get
and
to
you know what? That's very valid too. I understand that completely because I was one of those artists as well, right? Like, I literally came from Manitoba, so I had only fan base I really did start with was my girlfriend's family, more than my fiance's family, more than anything. And even then, it was crazy. Like, but on the bright note of that is, if you do put in the work to at these events and these shows, and even if you are doing underground shows and you're doing them constantly locally, you will get noticed for your talent as well, and your consistency to change and grow too. I've noticed, because like for me, I was like a nobody, let's say 2 years ago. And now, like, flash forward, like, I'm actually getting noticed on the street, and like people are like asking me to sign their stuff. And that's a really cool feeling coming from somebody who was that person. I understand that feeling all too well. So I do get that. I think I should say it's more related to the ones with the ego that don't
Mhm.
think they should sell tickets. I should have clarified that a little bit more, because you're definitely right. As somebody with no fan base, it is incredibly hard to sell tickets. But I think it's the ones with the ego that really, I don't have an ego, so ego does drive me nuts, and you see that a crazy amount in this industry. Like, I'm humble. Like, I want all my team to eat. I want people to be happy. I want the event to be great. I don't want tension that people are like, but as I get better and better, I do feel that people are slowly getting more and more threatened of me as well, and that's a scary feeling, because I'm not one of those people. Honestly, like, I go up to the stage, like, most people don't even expect me to fucking come up there and kill the stage like that. I get that a lot. They're like, you you did that? And I'm like, that's just who I am, because like, I guess my persona, my DNiAL persona is a lot different than, but you know, overall, I'm still just a really nice. I'm a very easygoing. Like I don't like drama. I don't like confrontation. I grew up with anger and confrontation and drama, so that's just not something I mess around with. I guess in my grown life, I don't really even entertain it. You know, people are if they're bringing drama around me or they're trying to be violent or anything like that, that I just by you know I'm too focused on my career. I'm focused on, and that's how I see my music though, is that is a career, so maybe that's the difference too. And I know that there's levels to, I have to be humble in the sense the bottom, I just need to be at the bottom to understand that, you know, there's, you know, that people can understand that I'm willing to take whatever I need to, but also not be walked on at the same time.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, especially in the music industry, it's a food chain.
It is.
And unfortunately, again, it's to a degree, it's eat or be eaten. You know what I mean? Um, Fortunately, with the way that music is now, a lot of people are joining collectives like yourself, and getting more associated with other artists and other groups, which is starting to make it a little bit more teamwork, I guess you could say. I can't even really think of the word, but
Yes, like I'm very blessed in the sense that where I'm at, like in Red Deer here, we have a really great team of artists. Like we're not like threatened when there's three people selling tickets on the same show. We're trying to help each other out. Like, you know what? Like I've given like a yeah, I've offered to give people rides to go deliver their tickets and stuff like that, right? Like we all want to see everybody win, right? And we've all actually been on each platform, like whether we're the first opener, the second, or the last kind of thing. We've all been on that, so we understand. And I think that teamwork is a really nice dynamic to have, and it's something I'm not used to as well, coming from an independent work like artist. That like we tried to do a collective in Manitoba and it just didn't work out because you know what, at the end of the day everybody has to have the same passion and drive in order for that collective to work. And eventually you find out that 3 out of 5 of the people don't even want to continue. They're just doing it for fun, or they thought that it was going to be easy or something along those lines, and then it drops out. That's why I don't really spend a lot of time working with like people side by side or anything either, because I know that my drive is different than a lot of other people. It's like where people are going to give up, I'll never give up. I don't give up. That's why I'm great at sales too. Like I don't hear no. I hear okay, I'll try again a little bit later.
exactly, exactly. And I can relate 100% because, like, man, I have a list on my phone of artists that I've either reached out to or to reach out to. I either get ghosted, or I'll get asked for a link and then I'll get ghosted, or I get people that are interested. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I even get people that are interested and then I don't hear back. But I mean, man, people got lives and shit too, right? And
Yes.
at the same time, like, I'm asking from them just as much as I'm offering them too, right? It's not like I'm offering them anything where, like, like, I got incentive to sit down with this dude and take an hour out of my day. You know what I mean? I'm helping them just as much as they're helping me, right? Like, I do this shit solely for fun and for the wholesome and love of music, right? So I'm trying to expand outside of other genres outside of rap. I want the Stovetop to broaden its horizon to artists in a whole. I love music in general. I'm not into like no screamo or nothing crazy like that, but man, I'll rock out to some country. I can appreciate even some of like the pop music and all that. Man, I'll vibe to almost anything. Um,
Same. I love like all genres of music, and that's what I like to bring, and that's why I have a hard time in just doing being called a rapper. I like being an artist instead for that reason, because I am actively branching out to other different things. I love experimenting. I love oldies music. I like sampling oldies music. I love like alternative and like Nirvana and grunge, and I don't I'm kind of the same. Screamo's not really my thing. I My brother loves screamo, not really my go-to, but I mean, I can still appreciate it. It's still like deadly work and everything like that. And I love like bands. Like I wish I could play guitar. That would be crazy. Like I've always wanted to be a singer in general. Like that kind of music is like where it's at. And I'm trying to kind of slowly bring my take of rap into those kind of genres as well, and just like blend them together and see how that goes, which is going to be really interesting. And that's the beautiful part about music is you can be inspired by literally any artist, any type of music, and create something beautiful too of your own from that, and your own personal experiences with that song or that music or whatever it is, like even a sample in a song. It's crazy because there's always one thing that usually catches your eye about that, like that just gets stuck in your head, and that's what I like about music, because it's finding that one thing that's just going to stick in their brains too.
100%. We're gonna take a short break. I'm gonna post a link of her music here in the break, give you guys a little bit of a snippet, and then we'll come back.
Fucked up. Yeah, I'm hurt and I really got no luck, so touch. I can breathe when you grab me and I really get to hold you. Hold up. Guess it's time that I'm making it home. Really home ain't no place after sad and alone. See the damage I had, but I handle my own. Every job that I've been at, I quit. So I'm snapped and I'm losing my grip. I'm choosing to slip. I'm numbing the pain with the sound of the pen in the back of my mind, and the guilt starts to hit. Should I be there? Should have been with you. Life isn't fair, harder to get to. I was away to do it alone. Sacrifices I make, I don't know if I'm wrong.
All right. So, after the break, we gave you guys a little bit of a taste of her music. There'll be more to come throughout the episode. I know that we did cover it a little bit, but if we could get into more detail of where your stage name came from.
Yeah. So I was going to say, originally I went by Lexi because it was just easy. And kind of like I watched one of your previous podcasts where you were explaining how you got your name, and you were saying yours was more kind of like it just got picked. So that's kind of how Lexi came across. And I didn't really like that. And DNiAL, it would, I did a lot of research on a bunch of different ones. Like I wish I could remember what I was comparing to, but I had about, I think 3 or 4 different names, and DNiAL just kept sticking out to me. It wouldn't stay out of my brain, for one, because the way that I spell it, I like the way it's a very unique spelling.
Mm-hmm.
And for one, I like that it thinks of the river because you flow like a river. So that's kind of like the one entendre, but the second entendre is, everybody, I kind of just assumed that, a lot of people have been in denial of like who I am as a person, and they've always wanted to change me in my life. They've always wanted me to be this kind of like, I grew up in a very, let's be real, a Christian area as well, a very judgmental area. And I'm bisexual. Mostly, you could probably say I'm gay. I'm like 90% gay is what it is. Like, I have dated men, but like, I prefer women, and that was like a huge thing in my town. Like, a lot of people judge me for that. When I got tattoos, I got covered in tattoos. A lot of people judge me for that. Just for my past, I guess, not my past, but I guess my family's past and the name that I have. A lot of people had preconceived notions about who I was as a person, and that who I was going to be when I grew up, which none of them were true. I'm a very intelligent, smart, humble, respectful person. Like, I've never done anything. I've never gotten a charge. Like, I've barely done anything ever illegal, like maybe the odd thing, but here and there, but we've all done that. I barely have a speeding ticket, like, I'm a very easygoing person. I'm not violent. I've never done anything crazy in my life. So I think the name DNiAL just fit it really nicely, because it just kind of describes the way that everybody felt about me in a sense. They were always in denial of my personality and who I wanted to be. So it really fit. And when I found it, I've never gone back. Like, I've never thought of switching my name once. Like, this is who I am. Like, I have it tatted on me, actually.
Yeah, it's permanent now, eh? It's permanent
committed.
now.
It'd be awkward. I'd have to like exit out or something.
Well, that's it, right? Like, I got mine on my neck here. Like, that was actually my first tattoo. I think it was like, what, 17 or some shit like that. So I know that we kind of already took a little bit of a short break there, but why not have another chance to listen to DNiAL's music again? We're going to take another quick break. We're going to give you another snippet of her music. We're going to come back and we're going to finish the other half of this interview for you guys.
What's on your mind, baby? Know that my presence hold high up a stake. Scared of the hard work, that's good that I'll take. Smart just like Harvard, but short on the bank. Do you know that I'm lit? What the fuck did you think? Yeah, I know what you got. Fuck is this lesbian up in my spot? How the fuck did she slide into my target and lock? Y'all don't really commit, but for me, by the lie. The second I'm up on the stage, that's denial. Not Lexi, that ain't no debate. You can talk down on me, but won't talk to my face. Scared, overwhelmed that I outrun the pace.
All right, we're back. Stovetop Podcast. Y'all know me. We got DNiAL. I mean, that first half of the episode fucking blew by. I think that our wholesome I really hope that the way that I felt through our wholesome conversation, that the viewers will feel the same way. I mean, honestly, like, we've chatted a little bit over online, but like as soon as we started chatting through our interview here, I felt like I'd known you forever, which I really enjoy because it adds that chemistry throughout the episode and gives a little bit of people a taste about who you are as a person, as well as not just an artist, which, you know, like, I don't know about anybody else, but me personally, I like to see who these artists are as a person too. You know what I mean? They can be a good artist, but if they're a piece of shit in person, then it's kind of hard to, you know what I mean?
You're so right.
Right? So it's kind of hard to support when you're like, oh, this guy's a dick, or you know what I mean? So kind of leading off the rest, like our topics prior there. If you could work with any artist of any genre, dead or alive, who would it be?
You know, it's a hard choice. Oh, I think I would have to, I would say of all people, and this is because I am an ultimate fangirl, I would say Mercules, man. Like,
Yeah.
I really, ever since Mercules came out, like I'm obsessed. I haven't had the chance to meet him, and I'm like, I don't know how many times I've tried. Like, I've been so damn close. Like, I love Mercules I think he inspires me as a rapper as well, and his hustle and everything, the dedication, being somebody so touchable here in the sense that like he was all around here, like, he was just your average guy, and then watching him come up, like his music is absolutely beautiful, like absolutely inspiring. Every remix that he does is unique. Every bar that he has is just so him. He's got his own sound, and he's so funny. Like, I seen him live once. Like, I didn't get to meet him or anything, but I seen him perform live once, and like, the motherfucker had me laughing the entire time. His stage presence is just so natural, so unreal, and he's so humble and such a good person. Just when you meet him and everything, that's probably why you know what, if I don't care about anybody else, because again, at the end of the day, it's not about your stature to me. Like, I don't care if you got 1,000,000, 100 billion views. Like, you know what I mean? If you're an asshole, I don't want to work with you. And I've learned the hard way, a lot of idols you meet, they ain't as nice as you think, right? So he would be an artist that you could work with on a genuine level as well, and have that connection, and like really create a beautiful vibe together, and it would be absolutely magical in the sense that he's got the same emotion, the same raw passion that all of these young independent underground artists have, because he was one.
Yeah.
That's what I respect the most about him, I would say too.
You know, he put in a lot of work. He's definitely a big staple for Canada. If I was to do the Canadian rapper Mount Rushmore, I definitely think Merc would be up there.
100%.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't really want him being beside Drake, but we would probably have to put him beside him. But Merc has really been putting on, especially for the West Coast.
Yes.
We've had East Coast rappers like fucking Tory Lanez, Belly, Drake,
Classified.
the Weekend, all these East Coast dudes, but we never had anybody really West Coast aside from Sad Child. You know what I mean? No
Yeah.
offense. I mean, I was just gonna say no offense, but that's not even right. So anyway,
No, I was gonna say.
I'm not gonna sit here and start trolling on the podcast. So I'm just gonna start moving on.
Yeah, real zip on this.
Excuse me. So kind of leading on to with you seeing Mercules in person, and you were talking about a lot of the shows that you've done. So what's the biggest artist that you've had the chance to open up for?
I think the biggest one that I had the chance to open up for would either be King ISO or it would be Classified, one of those two. Or I mean, Snack the Ripper's pretty big, but I think Classified's a little bit bigger. It's like everybody that was on Classified's tour as well. Like he brought Rhea May, he brought like JRDN, and he had O Sound. Like all of those people are like Juno nominated, like Much Music Award video people. Like they've been on TV, television, all of that. And I was the only opener at that event as well. So that was a really prestigious thing for me. I've never had an opportunity like that, and to be picked, you know, somebody who isn't even originally from the area, but I put in so much work and I really love this place. Like I feel like Red Deer is like a home to me. I feel like Alberta's like a home to me as well. I've become really intertwined with the community. Like I did a community event not too long ago that was really great, Vets and Pets, where we were helping raising you know, money for veterans, and we were also raising money for all the animal shelters around the area and everything like that. We were performing free food. It was an awesome thing, and we have something coming up as well that I'm going to participate. I like being involved in those kind of events, so those are really important to me too. I think if you intertwine yourself with the community and really show that you're passionate about more than just the music and you want to help out in more ways than one, that'll really accelerate you as a person and as an artist, because you know they, not a lot of people want to volunteer their free time to do things like that. And
Hmm.
it's kind of sad because, you know, how many people, a lot of the times, like I haven't had the opportunity to do it every year, but they do a hooking up with the homeless. That's another event that I'd like to get it. I'm hoping to get into this year, but I haven't had the chance to get into yet. But they hand out like, you know, hundreds and hundreds of hot dogs and hamburgers to people, everything like that. I want to get involved in all of that kind of stuff too, because I think it's really important to show that you care for your community and where you are and, you know, where you're representing. You know, like you can't say you represent a city and then never participate in anything and you don't care about your people, you know?
100%. And you know, girl, I really respect you. You wear your heart on your sleeve. Um, I respect that as an artist in you and as a person. You know what I mean? You're a very caring individual. You can definitely see that when you care about something or you put your effort in, it's 100 or nothing. You know what I mean?
100%.
And it's good to see, right? And I, I don't know. I kind of lost train of thought there for a second.
Oh, that means the world to me though, because that's definitely the goal. Like I try to stand out in the sense that I just want good for people, for everyone. Like I have no bad blood with anyone, and I feel everybody deserves the same level of respect that you give them, you know, like or that they're deserved, in the sense that a lot of people are walking around thinking that they're better than everybody just because they make music or because they have a certain amount of streams on their music, or same with just social media or just money, right? Like a lot of people think they're better than someone just because they have money in their pockets. Like, okay, yeah, I don't like I got money in my pockets too, but you don't see me flaunting that. Like, and it's because I worked really hard, and it's more money that I put away because I'm trying to do better things with my life, right? And you know, I guess I'm just grateful for even having that money in my pocket. I'm grateful for having a roof over my head. I'm grateful for having food in my belly. And not a lot of people are understanding of coming from less than that and wanting more because you want to work for that, because you want to earn it, not just because it's handed to you, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and you know, oh man, I might catch some flack for this, but I don't really give a shit. Most of these fucking dudes that are fanning out stacks, and I'm talking stacks, it's their plugs money. Like, come on, bro. Now,
100%.
I'm not saying all of them. I know some homies that are wearing some big old chains and shit. They put that work in. That's
Hey,
beside
yeah.
the point.
And if
But
you want to flex and you earn that, mad respect. There's nothing to that. But the people that fake flex just for promotion, just to look better, just to feel better about themselves, like you're not going to feel better about yourself because you're wearing a big fat chain. That big fat chain ain't going to make you feel any less lonely, you know?
yeah, it's like me reaching in my pocket and being like, oh, you know, finding out money, but it's just from my fucking paycheck, or you know, like I don't sell dope, but oh, it's just from my load money, so I'm fucking balling. It's like, no, bro, like you know, like there's more to it. Like I said, it's no disrespect to some of I know some big homies who are doing their thing, you know, like me, but there's some dudes that are wearing Walmart chains and then flexing their fucking welfare money like they're balling. And I'm sorry, guys, that's not how it works.
And that's exactly why my image as a rapper is not like that at all. Like even like how I dress and everything, it's me, you know, like it's different. It's not meant to be like, oh, look at me, I'm wearing Gucci, I'm wearing Prada. Like, no, I don't need money. I don't need all of those kind of materialistic things to be happy in my life. I'm just trying to make some good music and connect with people and, show that there's passion and there's thought and there's emotion behind everything. Like I'm starting to get into music videos and I'm really excited because the more that I learn, the more I'll be able to also create more emotion in the visual aspect of everything with my content. And that's a big thing for me. Like now my next step is to up the content, up the quality, get everything to kind of like studio standard and then really promote it and, just get it seen because for a long time, I mean, I've been just doing what I do, which is great. Like, but you can't keep doing like, I don't know, videos of you in your house or whatever it is. You got to switch it up. You got to get that content better and you got to get like, get a nice video camera, like investing, right? Like you have to understand where you need to grow as an artist. And that's what a lot of people don't. They just they think that because they make one song or something that kind of blows up, that they're the shit. Like, no, like you don't even understand management or a label or if somebody was going to sign you, what that contract even entices and the ownership and the rights and everything behind it. And oh yeah, like yeah, okay, you signed to a label and they give you what, $500,000. That's not your money.
No.
That's borrowed money. But
Yeah.
you just went and blew 400,000 on chains and a house and necklaces and all that and a new car. And now your music's not blowing up and you just owe the label $500,000.
Oops. Yeah. Now they own your whole fucking library of music for
Everything you freaking even spit out is theirs. You breathe, it's theirs.
exactly. Not many people know this about me. I did sign to an underground label way back when. It was home. It was a home studio, right? But he had a real studio down there. I did sign to an underground label for a year. And I did it because I'm like, holy shit, like it was always a goal. Oh my God, I'm signing a
Yeah.
contract. And then when I did it, I realized like I had to use his producer's beats, which were complete garbage. I had to pay for a record. I didn't get paid shit. Like,
Nothing.
no, I just got I was stuck having to record there for a year. So I recorded one song and then I wasn't allowed to record any other music for a full year due to that contract. Right? Like
Oh my
I
God.
tell everybody, man, it ain't fucking worth it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's knowing what kind of like what you're after too, because like being signed to a label is totally different from a distribution deal. Like something like a distribution deal would help somebody like me as an independent artist, but then again, you need to understand that distribution deal, and you need to understand the fine print of everything. Like even when I buy a lease, I don't even buy leases anymore. That's why I starting to produce my own beats, just because I don't like leases. Because if you look in the leases, it's crazy what you're gonna find in there. Like guy owns 40% of my song. Do I even want it to blow up right now? Like
yeah,
it's crazy, right? So like then you get people like that are friends, so you pay them a certain amount and they just make you a beat and it's yours. It's exclusive, right? That's the way to go as an artist. I learned the hard way. Half of my songs I'm gonna have to pay again in like 5 years just for them for the beat, right? Like, probably 10 years. I think that's usually the standard, but you know what I mean. And there's a couple songs that I had to upgrade the beats because they were doing better, so I needed an unlimited lease. And technically, this guy just made $200 off me for a beat, right? Like I haven't even made $200 off the song. Like there's a lot of things that I didn't understand growing as an artist, right? So and now I'm learning from those oopsies and those mistakes, and I'm really, really being cautious about the fine print of everything. Like you never know, and it's like publishing rights. Like that's something I'm trying to work on as an independent artist. I need to find a website that does my publishing rights, because apparently I'm missing out on like a good chunk of my income on this royalty I didn't even know about, right? But as an independent artist, you aren't taught these things, because as a distribution site, they only do distribution. They don't cover your actual publishing rights and your writing rights because you wrote the song, right? So this
no
is something I'm
shit.
learning. Yeah, this is something I'm learning. So, as an independent artist, like this is saving me while I don't have a lot of streams that, and I still haven't figured it out quite yet, but apparently I have to pay like a certain amount a year. I think it's like $150 maybe for like a site to constantly recognize that copyright and pay me for my publishing rights on top of my distribution. So I didn't know this, right? Like a lot of artists might not know this. Like I just learned this maybe a month ago. So it's
Yeah.
crazy, right?
I'll be straight up, man. Like, I mean, what I released my EP, I think three or 4 years ago, something like that. Um, I'll be straight up. I only bought one fucking exclusive beat, and honestly, the only reason I don't buy like exclusives and shit, man, is because I'm not racking in thousands of views, so I'm not
Exactly.
paying.
There's no point.
I'm not paying for it. I'll pay for at least because what, $35, I get 10,000 streams, rights to the music video and rights to perform it. That's all I need.
That's exactly right.
You
Like
know,
that's the bare minimum that you need. If you're not pulling in 100,000 plus views, there's literally no point to buy an exclusive. And you could find somebody that could almost recreate it at probably a better price. Just saying.
100%. 100%. Just so you just so y'all know, the intro song in this podcast is actually Smoker's Anthem from myself. You can find that shit on my page if you guys get bored of watching the podcast. Well, there's some music too if y'all want to get entertained, or leave the music alone too. I don't really care, but it's there.
Check it out.
Right? Straight up.
I see you had
So
a song with Young Stitch too. That's dope. I love Young Stitch.
you know what? He was humble as fuck. That actually got organized after we did our episode. Um, I'm not gonna give like total details, but homie gave me a fat deal. Due to our interview being so wholesome, like him and I hit it off right off the hop. Um, Honestly, when he said that he was gonna work with me, man, I fanboyed, man. I'm like,
Right? I
oh my
know, right?
god, like you know what I
Dude,
mean?
and he's so nice. Like he had my shit back, like done, mixed and mastered in like 2.5 days. Like it was ridiculously fast. Like, and the whole time he was telling me, updating me. I've been scammed before. Like I've had artists that like hit me up and they're like, "Yo, pay me," and I pay them for a feature and they block me. Right? Like I've had that happen. It's sick because I'm not gonna name names, but I've also had it happen with like big time artists too. Like it was pretty sick. He was trying to scam me $500, but I was already smart by that point, and I'm like, yeah, do you got a contract? And they just started ghosting me after that. I'm like,
Why do I
oh
feel like
yeah,
I know who it is?
yeah, like
I'm just gonna leave that part.
yeah, I was gonna say it was messed up. Like that's what I mean. This industry is actually I've had it twice. I'm not gonna lie, that's twice now. But as soon as you ask for the contract, they get all weary, and it's kind of like okay, like I mean, it's a basic contract. It's on Google. Like it's not even that deep. So why you freaking out? Like
Well, exactly. Holy fuck. Switching gears a little bit. Now, this one I'm quite interested to find. Your musical influences growing up.
I really have quite a few. Growing up, Nirvana was a big influence for me. A lot of old school like CCR. I really also love trying to remember the name right now. I don't know why I'm blanking. This seems to happen to me every time. Um, Oh my God, Blink 182. Thank you.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know why my brain was like blanking so hard. I'm like, the song's playing in my head, but a lot of that kind of like all school alternative was a big vibe in my parents. Also like I used to listen to like a lot of like old music like Patsy Cline. I used to listen to some crazy like why can't I remember his name right now? Can't remember his name just because they don't come up as often. But I a lot of like 70s 60s music was a big inspiration for me because my parents grew up on that kind of stuff. Electric Avenue. What is it?
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
fucking ELO. I think like
I couldn't
is
tell. I know who you're
yeah.
talking about now.
It's weird. Like
Yeah.
I can hear the songs in my head, but I can't exactly like name the bands off the top of my head. But yeah, like all that kind of stuff. Like I mean, I love Creed too. I love Disturbed. I love like a lot of country music. I I'm kind of like touchy on, but I do like pop. Like, I mean, I grew up on a lot of like Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, all that kind of crap. One Direction, that was kind of big when I was growing up as well. So 5 Seconds of Summer, all that, and then you slowly kind of get into all the new artists as well. But I did have like more of a thing for like the older music, and of course, I loved Eminem. I love D12. Just pretty much a little bit of everything. I can't really pick a genre or anything because like my music is full of pretty like I have over 4,000 songs on my Spotify and it ranges everywhere. It's crazy actually.
And I thought that I had a lot in my likes list on YouTube. I thought over 1,000 was a lot. That's crazy, man.
It's nuts. I got to go through it lately because like there's some shit songs in there that I just don't like. Don't even know how they got in there or why they're in there that I got to like swap out, but there's definitely some bangers too.
Now, honestly, even me, I'm like, like I'll go through and like, there might be like this kind of like girlier pop song, maybe if you want to call it that, if that like that to break it down, and that'll be in my list. And I'm like, oh my God, I clearly was down in a mental spiral if I'm listening to this shit. I'm like, no, like,
Right, I know. Someone's like, you can literally like my whole time. It's like a timeline of my life. My Spotify is the crazy part, so it's like the good and the bad, the ugly.
so leading off from that, who's on your playlist now? Who are you pumping now? Like who's on repeat?
A lot of Golden BSP, a lot of Easy Mac, a lot of Mercules. I've been into Brandon Taylor, Petty Boy Osley, a lot of underground artists too. Like Real Weapon X, my friend. Like I'm obsessed with his music. His shit is awesome, and like he's such a good artist in this area. So like I really promote him a lot. I've been working with like artists like Archibald. Like his music is really good. He just dropped a song with Evil Ebenezer actually. My homie Distinct, who runs everything with the Block Productions, just dropped a song Running with Evil Ebenezer as well. Like lots of people are making moves, so I listen to like my homies as well. Um, Gosh, I was listening to Dax the other day. Like I've got a lot of rap and hip hop, or like Caitlyn, the rapper that blew up off the open verse with Russ. So like she's got that song Handsomer with Russ. Like I love her. Like she's just absolutely killer. Big inspiration to me as well as an artist. I like her flow and everything. I think she's got something really unique going on there. Um, Pretty much like a little bit of everything but a lot of hip hop for sure.
Fucking right. Just on that, shout out fucking Petty Boy, shout out Golden, shout out Teo, all the Pony
Right.
Club.
That whole freaking, yeah, I was gonna say that whole group, man. Like, I just got introduced to Jack Dunce, and he just dropped the song Magic Carpet, and it's got like him, it's got Tia Laza, it's got freaking Golden BSP and Easy Mac, and it's got like Hunter Bentley and Philip Solo and Tiny Wings. Like, the whole song's a fucking banger. Like, I can't get it out of my head. It's just stuck in my mind. So, like, that's one that I've been bumping religiously, and like, shout out Jack Dunce, because like he had like that whoever like the production on it and everything is just like top tier. It's just a great song overall.
I've been bugging these dudes to try to sit down with me for a minute now. I know Petty Boy somewhat personally. I was able to, fortunately enough, do a fundraising event for a little girl's biliteral eye surgery. That was about, Jesus, almost 10 years ago now. And that was actually before he changed his name. We did a huge show, and that show is actually the reason where I'm the night that I met my baby mama. So
Wow.
that show is huge for me. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Killy, man. Fuck, that one's hard. Anyway, we're gonna move off from that. That fucking stabbed me in the heart a little bit.
No, that's fair.
So is there a genre or a subgenre of music that you don't fuck with, where if you hear it, you're like, no, cringe, done, off?
I don't know what it's called, but like that hyper pop, I think is what it is. Like where I don't know, where it's almost like that anime music. I don't know what to call it.
Okay, I see.
That's really not my jam. Like, I don't know, like I don't really like um that's super. It's not EDM either. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's so popular too. Shit. I'm trying to think of the word because there's another type of beat that I just hate and I can't remember what it is too, and it just drives me nuts. Oh, it's not EDM. I love EDM, but I think it's called hyperpop if I'm not mistaken, but like I could be wrong. I'm not like I'm just getting into producing, so I'm like learning all the lingo. But yeah, like those really fast-paced ones and they've got like the super high-pitched voice on them and they're like sped up. I really don't like those. I'm
Oh,
not really
okay.
yeah, like I'm not really big into remixes either. Like certain remixes, yes, but like I don't know, sometimes I feel like a lot of the remixes are just slapped together with a bunch of random shit. So
So, so like remix is like, like how Skrillex would do like a remix of something, right? Like that's what you
yeah,
mean?
like those really weren't like my go-to. Like I like certain EDM vibes, but like I don't know if you've ever heard of Def 3, but Def 3, like he does really good like mix of EDM and rap. He's awesome. I actually got to open up for him on New Year's Eve. Absolutely incredible seeing him do it live too. Like his EDM was just fucking crazy. He does like Sham music. See that EDM I like, but like Skrillex where it's like like I don't know, like it's too aggressive for me.
Fair.
I mean, I
Um,
respect it, but I'm too like no disrespect, but it's just not my vibe.
no, well, you know what? Like if there wasn't a demographic for it, these artists wouldn't be big. You know what I mean? So like
100%.
there's no disrespect on being like, well, it's not my taste of music. You know what
Exactly.
I
And that's
like?
why I'm never offended but when people are like, "Oh, I don't like you." Okay, yeah, like I mean, there's 9 billion people in the world. I don't expect everyone to like me.
No, you know what though? And honestly, you need the haters too. You
Yeah,
need
you need them. It's
the
essential.
the I guarantee you, if somebody came out after your show and went up and was like, "Oh my God, DNiAL is fucking cool," da 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 da, somebody might look at it, yeah, you know what I mean. But
Yeah,
if somebody's talking shit, they're gonna pull up your music and be like, "Bro, this person fucking sucks," and they're gonna sit
100%.
there and listen to the whole song, smoking a joint, hitting their vape, talking shit. But
Exactly.
little do they know, they're helping your demographic, they're helping your analytics, they're helping with your views. It, they
Yeah,
think
like they don't even realize, and that's the fun part too. Like I troll my haters all the time. They don't like that I'm super nice. Like I just kill people with kindness, and it makes them mad. Like I get hella hate comments. Like I get called a cancer kid. I get, did you just come from the Ronald McDonald house? Like I get told to kill myself. It's wild, right? Like people, but that's just people projecting because like that's what trolls do, right? They want the attention, they want the fight, they want the emotion behind everything. I just hit them with a have a great day, fam, and they never have anything to say. Or I just call them out in a video, and that's usually fun too, because a lot of people scramble. They're like, oh my God, that's my name on the video that's never going to come down because I refuse to take them down too. Like, I've had people beg me to take down a video because it's their name. I'm like, well, you shouldn't have said it.
yeah,
You're part of my content now. I'm sorry. Like, you wanted to hate on me. Well, you know what? You played yourself.
100%, 100 fucking percent, man. um so what's your future plans with music? Where do you want to go with this, man?
So my future plans, like, I mean, ideally, I would like to make an income that would suffice me not having to work my full-time job. That would be ideal, and just be able to travel around the world making music. Like, I don't need to be famous. Like, that's not really an ideal goal. Like, I don't. No Diddy, like I'm good. The industry is really messed up when you get to a certain hierarchy, right? That's not what I'm all about. Honestly, if I could just make myself established enough and, have a good enough fan base, a very, like where we're obviously connected and they understand who I am as an artist and want to support me. And, I could constantly go touring and, go to different places and go across the world, go to Australia, go to Europe, have all these different tours. That's my goal. That's my end goal. I just want to be able to live free and do my music because, I mean, the hardest part about being an artist right now is obviously working full time and having to balance everything all the time. And you're worried about your regular income, and then you obviously have to supply the income for your music as well. So having that where I'm not stressed about my merch or, my promotions or tour costs or any kind of cost at all would be ideal, right? Like obviously I will be worrying because it's my business, but at that point, we'll be having a fluctuation of income. So getting to a point where like, I have a 5-year plan where I'd like to get some funding and get some grants, hopefully once I hit the certain stature and I fit qualifications of everything, get some grants and funding and everything from the government, and just start getting serious and put some real quality into the music and the promotion, and just see where that takes me and see what I need to do and what works and what doesn't. Being able to experiment and having a budget to experiment with would be ideal, because I mean, at the end of the day, money makes the world go round, and bigger artists are always constantly investing money to make money. I mean, the amount of promotion that they do, it doesn't even cost to them, because they have such a wide profit between the merch and the shows and everything like that. So just figuring out the in-betweens, lining up how I can make myself more professional. Obviously, like I have an EPK, but I'd like to redo it, so I'm working on my EPK again, so I can, when I'm trying to get on shows and I'm putting in my submissions and I'm fully professional and that I've got everything lined up, rearrange my website, make sure everything's solid there. Just keep kind of grinding, and keep doing different things all the time, and trying new techniques is really important too, I think, as well. Just taking the time to study other people and what made them successful, and really learn the ins and out of the business side. I'd like to go to school at some point for business as well, so that would be really beneficial for me, I think, as a musician and for my career.
I agree 100%. On that note, we're gonna take another quick break. We're obviously gonna give another post of DNiAL's music. We're gonna give you guys a little bit of a break. We'll come back and we'll finish up the rest of the episode.
Run it back. When I pull up to the party, get it jumping, yeah. I've been gone so long, the way that I be coming back. Y'all gon' see my name in lights, and that's a fucking fact. Better get an autograph. I manifest who I'm aiming to be. It's a shame you were lame, coulda came over me. But my brain is the same. I'ma learn, I'ma teach. I just wanna be different and free to be me. I need connections, not talking to plug. I need perfection and maybe some love. I need the section taped off with my mention. Yeah, I need attention, but I don't get none. Sleeping on me like I bought a brand new couch. They be sleeping on me. Yeah, I might have known the name, but we ain't really homies. A lot of people claim me friends, you don't even know me, and they really salty. Represent, represent. I was 20, I could barely pay my rent. Then I moved away from home, music the intent. Cause I need to learn to grow, not a sitter, I'm a stand. Yeah, I'm making noise, I don't sit up in the bed. Learn to really find my voice and believe in who I am. So I don't even got a choice, take the piece and make the plan. Every beat that I destroy, you know that I'm making fans. How to man, yeah.
Stovetop Podcast. We're back again. Oh, look, and we even got an extra guest with us.
I was gonna say the boys, they got mad that I left them outside, so now I've got my dogs with me.
Y'all spit bars too, or what?
Do you? He said he's tried.
All right, we'll try to get you booked for a podcast, homie. So we kind of asked you what your future plans were for music, subgenres that you don't really play around with. Do you have any music that's ready to come out soon or anything like that? Anything that you want to promote?
Yeah, actually, I mean, the big one that I am promoting right now is my debut album. I've never dropped like a full-on album before, so I have an album dropping October 1st. It's titled Anxiety. Sorry, my dog is being a nuisance right now and wrecking my whole setup. Hey. But yeah, no, so it's titled Anxiety. It's got 10 songs on it, and I'm really excited because it's kind of an autobiography about my life, and it's very personal. It's very storytelling. It's about a lot of struggles in my life and mental health, and just some personal things that I've been going through in the last few years, and my musical journey as well. So I'm really excited for everybody to see it, honestly. And it drops October 1st. I also have a early access that I set up via an app called Even. It helps artists, independent artists, make more money off their music. So if anybody's interested and want to hear it a little bit earlier as well, you can access it through the link in my bio on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere on there. And it's set up, it'll say early access. Yeah, and I think you can buy it for I think it's like $4. Stupid cheap. I put it as low as possible. So if anybody's interested in checking it out, otherwise it drops on all platforms everywhere October 1st. I have some things in the work. I'm really excited. I'm going to be dropping a music video with it as well. I'm going to be getting some physical copies of the album and doing some merch bundle handouts. So it's going to be great. I'm really excited.
Fucking rights. That's good. Fuck, there was a question that I was literally gonna ask you and I totally forgot. It'll come back. Or if not, it clearly wasn't important enough.
That happens to me all the time. I'm like, oh, damn it. Like sometimes I'm just walking to my house trying to remember what I was trying to grab. And I'm like, what am I doing here?
Right, right. So we kind of know a little bit. You did say a little bit throughout the interview that you do a little bit of stuff aside from just writing. But do you do anything else in the industry? Do you make your own beats? Are you mixing and mastering? Are you doing your graphics? Like,
So I do my graphics for the most part, almost 90% of the times I do my graphics. I'm starting to produce, like the song I just recently released, Funds in the Bank, is produced by me. It's engineered. Most of my music is engineered by my engineer Jada Causey though, so he does the mix and mastering and engineering. Except for maybe like my remixes on YouTube. I think I engineered those. You can hear the quality difference because I don't really know what I'm doing, respectfully. Like I don't mixing and mastering is a freaking it's tough. Like I'm my engineer slowly teaching me, like I'm starting to learn how to do it as well, but I also don't want to do everything because there's a little saying that, you can't be good at everything. So I like to focus on my actual vocals and the cadence and everything. So that's why I like having an engineer, but I would like to be my own full-time producer as well because who knows your vibe best better than you, right? Like that's
100%.
that's how I feel about it. And I mean, if I can focus time into mainly vocals and beats, then my engineer's got me covered with that, and it's a solid flow, honestly.
So I'm kind of a little late with this question. With you having a full-time job, as well as obviously being a fiance and having a home life, what's it like for you, having a full-time home life with a fiance and a full-time job, as well as trying to be a full-time artist?
It's a balance, let me tell you. Like, I mean, full honesty, it's a lot of stress and anxiety sometimes because you never know what's going to turn out and what's the right move and am I investing in the right things. So, but you know what, at the end of the day, I have a very supportive fiance. Her family is super supportive and really nice and they help me out with everything. Our friends are really nice and supportive. Like everybody that's around me has the same energy as me because that's who I surround myself with. So, you know what, honestly, at the end of the day, I have a really strong support system, which makes everything a lot easier on me as an artist. And I think I wouldn't be as good of an artist without them, honestly. It really helps me be the better person that I want to be because I have people that are constantly believing in my goals. And, when I'm achieving them, they're really making me feel good about these things and making me feel like, hey, whatever you set your mind to, you can do it. And obviously my family's really supportive as well. Like my parents are, and my brother, he actually just flew out from, or drove out from Manitoba for my last show. Really, really nice. I haven't had any of my family in the last like almost 3 years at my shows, so that was really sentimental for me as well. They support me as well. Like my whole family, and my wife's family, they're too kind, and all my friends are really good. I think the hardest part as an artist is watching the people that never believed in you try and act like they did. That's the part that irritates me the most. And people that you used to work with will talk mad crap about you just because you're doing better than them. That's the envy factor is probably the hardest part that I don't like about it because once you start getting to a certain level, people notice it. They notice it. Even if you're not 100% there yet, they see that you will get there because you're consistent. And that scares them. And I'm having a lot of that lately, but I've never done like a diss track in my life or anything like that. Like I don't really feed into it. Like I've seen a lot of diss tracks lately in the last year coming out, and I'm like eating the popcorn. Don't get me wrong, I'm into it, but like for me, I don't feed into it because then it just gives them the satisfaction that they want as well. Like if anything, I might throw a couple jabs here and there in a song, and like if the shoe fits, but more than anything, I kind of just I vent on the beat and I let my anger out in a personal way, but not too personal that anybody really knows I'm talking about them. Because I don't like to name drop. I just like to keep everything to myself. It's the same way like I don't if I'm fighting with somebody, I don't need to blast that on Facebook. I don't need to tell the whole world that we're beefing. If we're beefing, we're beefing. Who cares? We're adults, right? Adults fight.
100%. Just on a side note, I'm not sure how long you guys have been engaged, but I just want to congratulate you guys on getting engaged.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, um, yeah, I just wanted to give my flowers on that aspect. I wanted to, pay my respects on that aspect. That's, fucking congratulate on you guys. Um, so turning a little bit, what's your best show experience?
I think my best show experience was this last show at Snack the Ripper because, I had so many people. I think this was probably the most people that had come out for me. Like I had I don't know, like over 20, I think, people that were, and the whole place was packed, and you know what, the emotion that everybody, like not only just me, my set, but just the emotion of the crowd and everybody. Like the first opener, Fathom, he absolutely killed it, did amazing, brought the crowd like the energy I needed, because when I hopped on there, everybody was already excited, and I had a whole unique set that I did. So I do a lot of emotional vibes because I did it more related to Snack the Ripper's vibe, because I wanted to try and pick songs that were more related. I feel like I got really good feedback from the crowd and everybody at that show. And I had people coming up to me nonstop after the show. I got to sign somebody's arm, and the connection. Like when my homie Honey Bands, when he went after, oh my God, like he just killed, like everybody that was there, like all the tour support, and like Snack, Jesus, I almost cried in his set because he had just this amazing song, and it was related to grief and loss. And I won't get too much into the lyrics, but holy man, like three of us are like crying in the crowd, and everybody felt so there in the moment the entire time, which was a really beautiful feeling, honestly.
And that's good to hear, and honestly, Snack has been putting in some fucking work for a long time. Um, since he's trying to change his direction on how he's doing his music. I mean, I've respected him since the beginning, since I've noticed him, but I think that the lane that he's in now with keeping the old Snack the Ripper style that he's still got, but bringing in a um new school of himself, right? So
Yes,
he's
yeah,
got
it's so raw too. Like when he had all the guitar, the drums in the background, it was just like beautiful. Like that's all I can really describe the performance as. I watched him the entire time. I couldn't take my eyes off him. It was the same with, it's hard between this one and Classified, because Classified, I felt the same way. Like being the only opener, that's another one up there. Like that feeling in itself, like almost puked on the stage, not gonna lie. Like I usually don't feel nervous, but I think when I feel more emotional, like when it feels more real when you're in those kind of moments, and I think that can be a little bit scary as an artist, and I'm still learning to get over those nerves. I mean, shit, and everybody gets a little nervous here and there, but no, like when you just walk up to a stage and you've got people that are fucking on TV that are dapping you up in the back and watching you perform, like it feels unreal. Like it's mind blowing. It's like this is the shit that I wanted, and you don't even realize that you're doing all these dreams that you wanted to as a kid. Shit that you couldn't even fathom of. Like in my hometown, you gotta drive 2 hours just to see somebody, let alone even meet them. Like good luck, you gotta pay like $600 to meet this person. But here I am, just like showing up to shows, chilling out with these artists and meeting people that I've idolized for years, like my whole life, honestly. Like people like Classified and Rhea May. Like I remember being 9 years old and then being on like much more TV. Like it felt like such an honor.
Man, that brings back memories. Much more TV. Y'all remember the countdowns every time they came up?
Yeah, like legit. I still remember some of the freaking orders.
Yeah, you used to hit that shit up to see who was up on first. You know what I mean? Like you would, yeah,
That
man.
was the big stature back then. Like,
Yeah, I remember seeing Winnipeg's Most come across Much Music for the first time, and I was just blown away. I had no idea who these dudes were, like until they came across Much Music, and like,
that's where they got. Yeah, I was gonna say, because like that was the huge platform back then, and like it's so surreal. Like when you think about it now, but like yeah, like everybody was like, oh wow.
right? I feel fucking old now. Kids nowadays won't even know what Much Music is. If we
I
try
know.
telling them that it's basically YouTube on TV, with commercials, like, you know what I mean? Not
Right?
fucking
Like,
ads that you can skip. I'm talking fucking commercials.
you gotta watch them shits.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You didn't get to fucking skip it, bro. Um,
100%.
I know that you're based out of Red Deer. Do you know the homie Pure Verb?
Yes, I do.
So we just sat down together a little while ago. And I don't know where I was going with that. I guess I just wanted to ask if you knew the fucking homie.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I was gonna say it's actually funny. He was like one of the first rappers I met out here, actually, because he was on like the Mad Child show and a lot of the first shows I went to in the first year. And I've actually got a music video that I'm shooting with him soon for the album. He's the one that's gonna be shooting my music video.
sick. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm super excited because, I haven't had the chance for the last while, but now that I'm a little more financially stable, I was like, you know what, hell yeah, like I want to. And me and him have been like friends for a while. I love his music. I mean, I think I've hopped on a couple of his open verses. He's killer.
He was such a humble dude. I've known him, but not personally for God, probably 10 years. But never actually really got to interact. Um, and I know that you were kind of talking about wanting to like find artists that are in your ballpark of artistic range, I guess you could say. Now this episode isn't out yet. It'll be dropping next Saturday. But I just sat down with the homie Teo Frost. Now, the homie's got a mix of like some Blink 182, fucking, I can't think of anybody else. It's got some Blink
You see,
182
I
vibes.
I don't know why, but like I blank when people like ask me. Like I know so much music, but when people ask me or I try to really think about it, my brain just goes dur. Like I'm like, where's my Spotify?
Yeah, Simple Plan. That was the under one.
Simple Plan. Yeah, that's another really good one. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many bands that I just can't think of right now, and it's making my brain hurt. 3D's Grace. I love 3D's Grace.
So honestly, I really recommend that you hit him up. Matt, I think that you two would make a great chemistry. And I talked with him. Homie's fucking down to work with anybody.
Oh, I love that. Like,
Anybody.
I'm
He's
down.
like super positive. He was such a nice fucking guy, man. After the interview, I'll send you a link of his music, and if you want, I can even give you a little bit more of his contact information. Um, Dude, when I found his music, like it's still on repeat. I wake up every morning, man, and I put on his songs every morning. You know
I'll
what I mean?
definitely. I'm 100%. Like I'm always looking for new connections and new artists to work with. That's like my favorite thing when I can find somebody else and like start some new vibes and like make some new connections and more people to help. Like I love helping artists and I love promoting artists and everything. So hell yeah, like you send me his stuff, I'll listen to his music and I'll hit him up ASAP.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, fuck, I would say let's work, but I'll be straight. I'm kind of a little bit out of the ballpark of the your subgenre of what you do. I do a little bit more of the, let's be real, I do more of the gangsterhood shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, and that's fair. See, the only reason like I can do gangster bars, but like look at me. That's why I don't do it. Look at me. Like it's cap rap. It's cap. I'm look at me. I'm a little 5'2" white girl. I can't it's cap. Like
Hey, I'm 5'2" white boy. I
Hey, you know what? But like, I don't know. I look like your typical lesbian. Like it just. I don't look like a gangster.
yeah, don't offend yourself like that. You know what I mean? So like,
Oh no, that's just my running joke. I'm a little more masculine. Like I think one of my songs that's in there too, like represent. Fuck, what's the line? Shit. Who the fuck is this lesbian up in my spot? Yeah, like it doesn't offend me. That's just my running joke because like I mean I'm gay as hell, right? So don't ever worry about if I also have really dark humor too. So
it's good on you for loving yourself and like, I mean, in this day and age now, being gay um or trans or whatever is a little bit more open nowadays. I'm not against it. Hey man, if you're gay, you're gay by all means, guy or a girl, it don't fucking affect me. You know what I mean? If you're a dude that's gay, just understand the boundaries between us personally. That's cool, man. I'll hang out with you. I'll party with you. I'll smoke a joint with you. It don't matter, man. I don't give a shit
right?
if you're trans, rainbow, fuck, man. You can be dressing like a unicorn, man. You know, as long as you can give the general respect of a human being, man, I'll give you the same respect that you give me. But once you start spitting in my face is when things get a little bit more toxic. And, like I was going to say with my music is like, a lot of almost everybody caps in their raps to a certain degree, to a certain
100%.
degree. Now there's like a fine border that you're allowed to cap in. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
There's a certain amount of cap that is like the logical amount of cap.
right? Like, okay, maybe. And also, like, when I write my music, I write what I'm going through at the time. So I have bars that are 2 years old. So I might be writing about, oh, like I got money, I'm all cocky, this, that, and the third. But that's because at that time I was
You did, yeah.
I was
That
making
was
good
real
money.
facts.
Yeah, I had money in my pocket then. I'm fucking broke now, but back then I was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, dude, I totally, that's me in a nutshell. I totally get that because, like, I'm not always rich, but like when I'm writing that rap, maybe I was rich. Like, like I make good money too, like myself, but like it depends, right? Like I work in sales, so when it's bad, it's bad, but when it's good, right? And I totally agree about like the line because I know exactly what you mean. Like everybody writes a little bar that ain't true, or maybe it just doesn't make a little sense, or we just use it to fit, right?
Yeah.
Like.
Bro, I'm not a ladies' man by any means of the imagination. Like, man, when I was at the show last night, the only way that I have, like, it's different over fucking over Zoom and shit. But like, man, in person, like, I got fucking zero confidence in public, bro. That's why I bring fucking 12 joints with me and shit. Like, and like, I can't remember who called me out. Oh, it was Teo Frost. I was like, oh yeah, I'm really antisocial and shit. He's like, you're antisocial, but you're fucking sitting with me over, like, what? I'm
Yeah,
like,
like we're talking right now.
yeah, I'm like, no, it's different, man. It's different.
It's like in person, like it's different, I think, for me, because like I know every time I pull up to a venue, like I'm always, I don't know, I'm a little standoffish. I'm usually in a corner until I get comfortable, and then I'm like, okay, it's good. And like for me, I know it was a big like fake it till you make it kind of thing, because I wasn't always confident. I mean, like even if I look back on like 2 years ago when I hop on stage, I could see the nerves, but now even when I'm nervous, like I know how to make myself feel like I'm not nervous. Like in my mind, I'm like, just breathe, like, like, or something, just clicks where it's like, okay, you just got to do this. Like, it's only for like 15 minutes, like, like this is what you want to do and who you are, right? If this is what you want to do with your life, right? So like, that's kind of what helps me get through the feeling of like when I feel so, because like what, there's been off times where maybe a show lines up on a time that I'm having a lot of personal issues or things going on, and it can be hard to perform when there's a lot going on in your life too. And I find like for me, I wasn't always as, I feel like this last year I've definitely grown a lot because I wasn't as confident, and I wasn't as like almost borderline cocky. Like I get kind of cocky in my music too, but I'm not actually a cocky person at all. I just like the bars.
yeah, I can relate to a degree because it's funny, man. Like, I mean, I guess call it a persona. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
exactly. And it's a different person when you rap. It's a different person when you hop on stage. Like the artist is like it's almost like the more confident, more sure version of yourself, because you can
exactly.
be who you want to be when you're who you are. Like when I'm DNiAL, I can be whoever the fuck I want to be, and I can tell somebody to fuck off. I'm doing me. That's and I can't always, I've never been that person. I've always been a pushover in my life, like except for maybe these last few years where I started like realizing I can't let everybody walk all over me. I can't do this, especially if I want to be an artist. Like I'm sorry, it's a part, you kind of just got to be a little bit mean in life and stand for what you want as well when it needs to be.
Y'all need to share some of y'all's fucking confidence with me because after I hung up the mic and quit fucking rapping for a while, man, like, I mean, like, I'm surprised I'm even sitting in front of this fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, I have songs that have been ready for 2 years. Like, I have all of the equipment, as you can tell. I have everything here that I can record. I can literally end our call after we're done, and I can start recording. But I guarantee you, I'm not. Like,
And you know what? But that, as an artist too, I think it's important that if you don't feel that you're ready, you shouldn't either, because I think you'll know when you want to rap, if that makes sense.
yeah,
And I think it's more than okay to take a break as an artist as well, because being an artist, it doesn't, there's no guideline to anything. Like I know friends that have quit for 5+ years and they're coming back just now, and it's crazy. Like, you know what? All of a sudden this guy's bigger than me. It's crazy. Like I've watched people that, like surpass me too, right? Like, and I'm very humble about that. I wish nothing but love on these people. Like they're fucking grinding and it's beautiful to see. I mean, the fact that we both were doing TikTok open verses and all of a sudden this person's, like standing with all these people and doing songs with these people, like that's the goal, right? And I think that with a good support system too, whenever you are ready to rap, you've got some really great people over here on your side. If you ever decide that is what you want to do, I think creatively you'll know and you'll feel it in your soul, and I think it'll be the best shit ever, honestly, because they always say the comeback's better.
it's honestly, it's the writer's block, man. It's the
It's so
writer's block.
hard though. It's
Like,
so hard. Like I get in these moods where I can write like a shit ton, and then I get in these moods like I haven't really wrote anything for the last month, and like minus maybe 2 songs I'm working on, but I don't like them, so that's a thing too. I'm very heavy on critique on my own songs too, and that can be a problem because I constantly want to just redo them and refix them and like enough is never enough. So like I think my big problem now as I get bigger is seeing more and more problems as I get my music reviewed and critiqued and like like, which I'm asking for. I need that, but at the same time, it, as an artist who is a perfectionist, then you constantly think about those in the back of your mind. So it's like you gotta, like, the need to be better is like fucking aggressive as an artist too.
biggest fan, but worst critic, right?
100%.
Like, man, I've got probably 30 plus songs under my belt since I've started writing way back when. Like, um, and only 2 of them popped off in my eyes. You know what I mean? Like when I racked up over 200 fucking views on one of my songs, I was like having a heart attack. Even still today, when I go and look at champion status and Smoker's Anthem, and I'm like, holy fuck, I have over 1,000 views on just these 2 songs. And I'm like, you know what I mean? So then
Yeah.
I try to go and write the same quality. And like, I mean, if you go and look at my catalog that followed after those songs, they were next to not even fucking close. Not even fucking close. You know what I mean? But I do it for the love of music, but at the same time, like I can do this weekly. I can sit down I have schedules with artists. Like I'm booked for like 3 weeks to get artists on the stovetop. You know what I mean? So I can do
Yeah.
this every week where I'm editing the videos. I'm sitting down with artists like yourself where I feel like I'm involved again. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, and that's just it. Like you're doing, like what you're doing, even just right now, is a huge impact in itself in the music industry. Like you're still making huge waves and huge moves with these, like, and these are guaranteed to pop off. I mean, everybody wants to know about the artist, and everybody wants to know more insight and just have a personal, in-depth conversation with people and understand their motives and just see how they work and how they think and how their music came about. It's a very interesting topic that I think you're really doing well as well, because the questions you're asking are really good.
I appreciate that. And like every episode I strive to do a little bit better. Initially, honestly, like this shit ain't for me, man. I'm doing this for the artists. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just enjoy being able to sit down like with artists like yourselves. I enjoy being able to have a little bit of a smoke session. We sit, we bullshit.
Right?
We add a little, we get some of your music in there. You know what I mean? Um, I want it just feeling original. I don't want it like No Jumper or some shit like that where you can tell it's Hollywood. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. This is real. This is raw. Like, it's as real
Unf-
as it gets.
Unfortunately, we do this over Face or over Zoom because, well, man, I live in Quesnel. I live in a butt fuck nowhere, like an hour and a half away from Prince George, up in the north of BC. Like, it's fucking Wranglers and cowboy boots out here, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like I can call like yourself being like, hey, take a fucking plane and come sit down with me for a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, let's rack up 100 views. Like, you know what I mean? Pay that $600. Like, no. Um, so we asked you, like, I mean, we went off on a great conversation there, which I love. I fucking love this kind of stuff, man. You're so wholesome to talk to. I really enjoyed this one.
Same to you. I
Um,
mean, it's just been so easy.
so like my last question for the script is what it was like for you starting out writing.
It felt natural to me. I felt like I was always meant to be a writer because even in school, like the only thing I really excelled in was like LA. Like, I mean, I sucked at math, I sucked at science, I cheated my way through high school a lot. What? But, like it's not that I'm stupid. I just, a lack of effort was there too, but I really enjoyed writing. I always enjoyed writing storybooks and I love writing poetry. I can't really write poetry now that I've wrote music. It's weird. It's like I don't
Same
know.
thing.
It's like I lost touch with one, as it's like you can either do one or the other, it seems like. But I was a really good poet. Like I had my stuff, I think, published when I was in school at least once. And like all my teachers were very fond of like my writing and kind of like class favorite in that sense when it came to LA. Um, and so like when it music was like something I always wanted to do. I think I was like, a little angry at the world because I wasn't blessed with a really good singing voice or anything. So for a while I struggled with that in the sense, like constantly working on my voice and trying to be and like having that I got bullied a lot in school, like not gonna lie, for music as well. So that played a factor. Like when I was 16, I was trying to put out music and then like I don't know, people in high school were making like fake accounts and bullshit to comment on my stuff, and I took it pretty personally back then and deleted all my shit, and like just couldn't put myself out there for a while. Like it took a while to kind of just be like, you know what, fuck it, like this is the world nowadays, this is social media, like people fucking get famous off this, like what does it hurt? Like I'm already cringy, who cares? Like might as well fucking utilize it, take advantage of it. Like everybody's cringy. Half of these videos are cringy. Half of them are rage bait. Like that's kind of like all of them are, right? So I just started studying and changing and like my approach and my mindset to everything. And once I changed my mindset and realized like I got to stop caring what everybody thinks. I got to stop showing my music to everybody and like asking for approval. Like approval seemed to be everything I was craving, I guess, with my music maybe. And that was the wrong thing. Like everybody wants something from their music when they first start. Let's be real. Like everybody's a little greedy. Of course I want money. If I could blow up today and make fucking $100,000 or like like a little bit more and be like, oh, I would. Don't get me wrong. That would be great. I would flex on every motherfucker that fucking said I couldn't. Like who wouldn't, right? That's just the
Straight up.
reality. But I mean, I wouldn't be stupid about it either, though. Like, I would be very thankful and I would be smart about what I invest in. And, like, I think that's the difference is, I'm not looking for the money. Like, obviously, if the money comes, that's great. But, like, I'm looking more for the community and the connection behind everything and like the feeling I feel when I listen to music, when you get the chills to a song and you start instantly crying, or I don't know, it just touches your soul and you think about it for the rest of the day or the week or the month. That's what I want.
I agree 100%. Um, unfortunately, I've ran out of a script, and you and I have had the longest episode of the Stovetop so far.
Well,
Um,
sheesh.
I have had a great time sitting down with you. You're a super wholesome person, and along with an artist. I definitely got to give my salutes to you for your grind and your mentality in this, because, like I said earlier throughout the episode, um, it's a male dominant game, unfortunately, still. And then when female rappers make it big, not the underground rappers, I want to make this very clear, not the underground rappers, but when these female rappers make it big, Yeah, okay. I like seeing you shake your ass. Don't get me wrong. Every dude does. You know what I mean? I love shaking your ass.
It's
You know what I mean?
sexualized everything. Like everything that they do, they have to have their titties out. They have to be in a bikini. They have to have a big ass. They got to be rapping about uh, dick and whatever it is. You know, like it's that stereotype. That's it, and I want to break that so bad. Like obviously there is a couple, like like Snow the Product is a really good example. I want to be like Snow
Fucking
the
love her.
Product. Like
Fucking love her.
that's my idol right there.
Yeah.
That bitch, she's so fucking like, oh man, like she's killer. I love her and I love her energy too. Like she's just like, fuck the world, I'm doing my thing.
100%. So I want to let everybody know in the pod from the stovetop, go and check out DNiAL's music. This girl has got some fucking skills, man. She's I don't take my word for it. There's going to be links in the description. Y'all will see snippets of her videos throughout the episode as well. At this point, I think we're gonna wrap it up because you and I could talk all day long, and I don't think these guys are gonna stay for an 8-hour episode.
No, that's fair. No, but it's been like an absolute pleasure. I really appreciate you reaching out. I appreciate you having me on here. Everything. I mean, talking to me, wanting to get to know me a little bit better. That means the world to me, and just giving me this different exposure that I've never had the opportunity to have. It means the world to me. I'm very blessed.
Well, like I said again in the beginning, if I can just earn you one more view, one more subscriber, one more positive comment, hopefully, I mean, I don't want trolls trolling you, you know what I mean? But it comes with the territory. But at the same time, um, I think you're on the right track of where you're going with it. And I think if you continue doing what you're doing, you're gonna start seeing some more progress in the work that you're doing, because talking with you know what you're talking about. You're not stupid. Like, and I don't mean that like in a mental way. I mean like what you're talking about musically. You know what I mean? You got brains for this shit. Like,
Thank you. Thank you.
so I want to give my salutes to you on that. Um, we're gonna have all of DNiAL's links in the description of this video. It's gonna be it'll be about 2 weeks for your episode to drop.
Perfect.
All
I'm
right.
so excited.
I will keep you updated with how things are going with the edit, and yeah.
Perfect. Well, hey, thank you for everything. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. I really appreciate you sitting down with me. This was a wholesome episode. I'm hoping that people will enjoy it just as much as you and I did. Um, that's what it is. I really need to learn how to close out the episodes because I've noticed that I'm struggling with that. I'm like, I don't know if I'm just like, hey, bye.
You know what? It's hard. It's always hard. It kind of depends. It's like, do I say more? Do I say less? But
Well, Stovetop Podcast. Y'all burn water if you don't watch the Stovetop. I finally found a fucking a catchphrase for it.
I fucking love that. That's sick.
All right, DNiAL, thank you for sitting down with me. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. You take care.
You as well.